Alright, so this is a little bit different. I'm over here at Lava Dragon Isle. I figured this is a good place to get my mage up early on, especially since I have all that gold from the Eclipse Red Wines. And in theory, this would be a great way to get my prayer level up because I think you get like 340 XP per bone if you bury it on this island. Oh my god, Lava Battle Staff, that is actually massive. That is actually massive. And a looting bag to boot. We will take all of it. In theory, it would be a good way to get 43 prayer, getting these bones and burying them on the island. However, if I do that, it will take me roughly 148 bones, versus if I were to save the bones and use them at the Chaos Altar located in the wilderness, it would only take me around 83. Now, I do just want to be mindful and try to get the most out of these runes. Even though they don't cost a lot, I do just want to make sure that I'm not wasting them. These seemed like a natural option because they are pretty quick to kill, even quicker once I get Water Bolt. But they also will be good for prayer XP, because 43 prayer is a must on any account. And then also the drops. Like, I mean, this Lava Battle Staff, this is going to be my best in slot staff for the foreseeable future. Alright, and that is 25 magic, unlocking the iconic teleport to Varrock. That is so sick to have. There we go. First rune longsword obtained. Now, I will not be keeping this because I'm probably just going to go and camp fire giants for a scimitar, as, you know, most Ironmen typically do. However, this is really great because it does sell, or high alch, for 19,200 gold. Now, if you go to the West Arty General Store, you can sell things for 55% of their value, which is only a 5% difference from the high alchemy value. And honestly, I'm not too pressed about 5%. I would rather go somewhere that's easily convenient to sell versus having to go into the bandit camp in the wilderness to get the full high alchemy value of the item. So that is awesome. Another 19,000 gold on the account, which already covers the cost of the runes that I have used so far. Okay, there we go. Another iconic magic level, level 31, which unlocks Teleport to Lumbridge. You love to see it. This is working out really well. Getting bones banked, getting some magic levels, getting some stuff to sell. Overall, very, very happy with this strategy. Alright, so second rune item achieved from Lava Dragons. We got the Rune Battle Axe, which high alchs for 24,960, so roughly 24,000, selling it to the West Arty General Store. We are profiting big. We are juicing. And there we have it. Magic level 37. This means I can now teleport to Falador. Awesome to have, and opens up another part of the map. I'm loving it, man. I am loving it. There we go. The drop I was looking for, the Rune Kite Shield. Now, I did just mess up because, I don't want to get hit by this dragon, so we gotta hurry and pick this up. Hell yeah. Good timing. But yeah, this is the drop I was waiting for. Rune Kite Shield. I mean, this thing will high alch for about, what is it, 32.6k, so that's about 32k if sold to the store. So I may end up holding on to this simply because it will be my best in slot shield, but I could end up selling it for gold. We'll see what happens. I mean, if I really need to get this back, I can always get one from the Champions Guild. Alright. Back with 40 magic, iconic level, due to now having Teleport to House unlocked, and we can wield, or wear, sorry, Mystic Armor. So looking forward to that when I eventually snag some of it. But 40 magic, coming in hot. Alright, so I didn't catch the drop because I had to log out due to a PKer, but I did just get the Rune Axe, which is absolutely huge. This is going to save me some time because normally to obtain this, you would have to complete the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest to unlock fairy rings, and then go to the Enchanted Valley where the nature spirits are and save spot them for the Rune Axe. I mean, honestly, I still may end up doing that simply because the nature spirits do drop a lot of nature runes, but either way, this is a great drop to get. There we have it, 45 magic. We can now teleport to Camelot. This is absolutely massive for the account. Unlocking that teleport just makes everything easier, especially when it comes to completing early game quests and things of that nature. So super excited about that. I don't have too many more teleports to unlock to get this account in a good spot. Some notable ones coming up will be Artie at 51, and then the Fortis teleport at 54. So I just got absolutely robbed. So this PKR logs in. I missed the log out by like half a millisecond. Let's see if I can grab these bones while I'm here and don't die to this thing. So he says he'll off me if I drop my hat and my staff. So of course I do it. And then he says, which one do you want back? And then I said, I wish I could have it back. I'm an iron bro. He says, I don't want this shit. So he basically came in and griefed me. But, you know, I'll take that over dying and losing, what is this, 7 bones? And a few other goodies in the looting bag. So shout out to Zosimos, if that's how you pronounce his name. So now I am down 1 blue wizard hat and a staff of water. But that is okay. Okay, and with that kill, we have finished our lava dragon grind, at least for now. So some of the notable drops that I got, I did get a few upgrades in the way of the lava battle staff, the rune axe, and the rune kite shield. But then most importantly, and what I'm most excited about, is the fact that I got 100 law runes and a good amount of nature runes as well. But besides that, we did get a few other, you know, decent drops, you know, rune items, stuff that we're going to go ahead and sell to the West Artie shop, and we will be on our way. So before I go and use these bones to get 43 prayer, I do have another mini grind that I want to get out of the way, so I will explain that more in just a second. As I'm making my way over to West Artie to sell this loot, I do just want to talk through the next phase of my plan. So instead of immediately going to the Chaos Altar and using the Lava Dragon Bones, I do want to unlock Rings of Dueling, which will require 27 crafting. Now, getting from level 8 to 27 crafting on a brand new account might seem a little daunting, but the surprising reality is you can quest all the way up until about level 35. We won't be going that far. We will just be getting to 27, which is what you need to make the Emerald Ring. I do have my list of quests already planned out, so we will get into that shortly after this. But the reason I want the Ring of Dueling is because, one, having the Ring of Dueling unlocked early on is awesome because it gives you an easy teleport to Castle Wars, which gives you access to, you know, that whole side of the map. But more importantly, it gives you a teleport to Ferox Enclave, which gives you the ability to restore your stats, prayer, run energy, all of that good stuff in the restoration pools found there. That might explain why I want to get it first before doing the prayer grind, because as I'm doing these bones, even though there's only 84 of them, I do want to be able to quickly teleport back to Ferox Enclave, replenish my run, health, all of that good stuff, and then quickly make my way over to the Chaos Temple. Otherwise, I would have to use my, minigame teleport to get to Clan Wars, and then I would have to wait for that timer to reset, or I would just have to run all the way back, and it would be super slow and inefficient. So, with that being said, we did make our way over to Chadwell in the West Artie General Store. We are going to go ahead and just sell all this stuff and see what kind of profit we made. And keep in mind, this place does buy for 55% of the item's value, which is only 5% off of the high alchemy price. So from that, we did net 81,000 gold. That's actually kind of insane. I mean, this grind was honestly super worth it because with the starting gold I made from the Eclipse Red Wines, I was able to buy all of the runes needed to kill these 84 dragons. I did just go ahead and use Water Strike the entire time, and we did answer the age-old question of who would win, a level 200-something, you know, lava dragon, literal ancient beast, or a level 5 Water Strike, and the clear answer is the level 5 Water Strike. Anyways, yeah, 81k in the bank. That's going to more than replenish what we spent to get here. We did get up to level 47 magic, which is insane. We are almost to level 51, which is what we need for the Artie teleport. So yeah, overall this grind was very worthwhile, and I'm excited to get through this next part so I can go ahead and get my Rings of Dueling. I'm making a quick pit stop in Falador to get a house. Eventually I will need one anyways. Do I want to buy a starter house? Yes. Okay, perfect. Get rid of this construction guide. The reason I wanted to get the house is because it will allow me to have an easy teleport to Remington, which will give me access to Port Sarim and a few other places, which will be great for questing and, other things. And then eventually I can relocate my house later down the line once I get the construction level. But figured it would be good to go ahead and knock that out now. I'm going to quickly teleport outside because I do need to go pick up an Eye of Newt over in Port Sarim. So yeah, house unlocked. Okie dokie, got all the ingredients here, and we have completed the first part of Recipe for Disaster. Let's go ahead and get this cutscene out of the way. Okay, so that was probably the longest cutscene I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's go down here, because I think with that we unlocked, yes, we did unlock the chest down here, which is awesome for banking, but also it does give you access to a lot of food items, which will come into play later on down the line, and overall just a very nice thing to have unlocked. And then let's see, hard leather gloves. I mean, technically they would be my best in slot right now, but I do have plans to go and complete the Goblin General, so I will hold off until I do that. So I will see you in a little bit. Okay, and after a quick little Goblin fashion show, we have completed Goblin Diplomacy, 200 crafting XP, and a gold bar that saves me from having to get one in a little bit. But that got us up to level 9 crafting. Let's go ahead and see if we can knock out the Goblin General's portion of Recipe for Disaster. Alright, on our way over to Goblin Village for the Recipe for Disaster subquest, I am going to go ahead and quickly complete Doric's quest since it is right here, and I conveniently have all these materials on me. Alright, so 1300 mining experience, 180 gold, and I can start receiving iron from monster drops, which I was just reading the wiki and I didn't even realize that you couldn't receive iron from monster drops until you completed this quest, so the more you know. Okay, and after blowing up a goblin's kitchen and sending a cauldron into orbit, we have completed the Goblin General's portion of the Recipe for Disaster quest, awarding us with 1000 cooking, crafting, and farming XP. I did not know this gave farming XP, so that's awesome. What does that get us? That get okay, nice. We can immediately start growing Guam leaf when we eventually get around to farming, but instant jump to level 9 farming and level 13 crafting. On top of all that, we did expand the selection within the chest down here in the Lumbridge basement, and we can now buy bronze gloves for a whopping 130 gold each. Now, I am just going to go ahead and purchase these because they will be my best in slot glove for a little while. This is the only RFD subquest I plan on completing as of right now. I will probably get to some more in a little while, but since I'm trying to get this crafting grind knocked out, I did just want to go ahead and complete this. So what does this give us? +2 on pretty much everything except magic, and a +1 on magic, and a +2 melee strength. So there we go, bronze gloves unlocked. We're looking like an absolute beast. Okay, and after 2 seconds of effort, let's go ahead and turn in this murder mystery quest as I, hold down this spacebar. Okay, there we go. 3 quest points, 1,406 crafting XP, and 2,000 coins. That's also very nice to have. Gets us to level 17 crafting. We can now craft Xertian robes when we eventually head over to, Kurind, and we kill some lizardmen. But anyways, murder mystery done. Let's knock out the next quest. Alright, let's take a look through this telescope. We have observed Sagittarius. Now let's see what the reward is from that. A maple longbow and an uncut sapphire. Hey, we'll take that. Anyways, observatory quest is done. 2 quest points, 2,250 crafting XP. That is why we did this whole thing. 22 crafting, perfect. We can now make sapphire necklaces. Now, this is great because having the sapphire necklace unlocked, that means we can make the games necklace. The games necklace is huge. A lot of great teleports, and again, teleports are the ultimate shortcut, and that is why it is so worth grinding out early levels to obtain teleports quickly on an Ironman account, because being able to traverse the map. Just means you can get everything done a lot more efficiently and a lot quicker. It's also very convenient that I got the Games Necklace unlocked, because the next quest I am doing is the Dwarf Cannon quest, and getting there is pretty annoying early on, but if you have the Games Necklace, it's super simple, and it makes doing that quest very, very easy, very quick, and as well as, you know, there's a few other quests in that area that benefit from having the Games Necklace unlocked. So again, I cannot stress how important it is to get crafting done early on, because having these teleports is just an ultimate game changer. Anyways, let's enchant it. The very first Games Necklace on the account. Go ahead and throw that on. We are looking pretty sick here. I did replace the blue wizard hat with the pink hat for the magic damage bonus, because you know we are magic based. That's literally it. We only have magic. Anyways, what I don't understand is, why do we have this area here? Like, what is the lore reason? I'm sure it actually explains it in this quest, but to be honest with you, I've never stopped to read the dialogue, because this is just a quest you spacebar through. You just have, you know, an exposed area here. Like, this is a terrible encampment. I do not know what the goal is here. And there you have it. Dwarf Cannon completed. 750 crafting XP, getting us to level 23. We only have a few more quests to go, and then we will be able to make the Ring of Dueling, so let's get it done. Alright, and after bribing an ancient dwarf with some red berry pie that we totally didn't burn twice, we have completed the Knight Sword quest, which gets us to level 29. That is crazy. So the reason I decided to detour and do Knight Sword is because the last quest on my crafting grind list is Elemental Workshop 1, which requires 20 smithing. So doing Knight Sword was the obvious choice. Let's go knock out this last quest and complete our little crafting grind. Alright, and as we use this elemental bar on the workbench, we have completed Elemental Workshop 1, giving us 5,000 crafting and smithing XP. That is absolutely massive. 28 crafting, that means we can now craft the Emerald Ring, which we can enchant into the Ring of Dueling. Alright, after hopping some worlds to buy the sapphires and emeralds, let's go ahead and craft our first ever emerald rings on the account. Alright, and the moment we have all been waiting for, I'm going to enchant the emerald rings and create my first Ring of Dueling on the new Ironman account. Man, this feels so good. This unlocks so many possibilities. It gives you a teleport to Castle Wars and the Anil side of the map. It gives you a teleport to Ferox Enclave to restore your run energy and health and all of that. This ring is an absolute game changer, and I am super excited to have unlocked it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and finish off enchanting this jewelry, and then I will move into the final phase of my plan. Alright, our first visit to the Chaos Temple. Let's go ahead and get in here and start using these bones that we worked so hard for. So we do need to be careful because we don't want to lose a single bone. So we are going to try to do this as quickly as possible. And yeah, our prayer levels are just going to fly up. I mean, as you can see, we are gaining them like pretty much every click. Now this will taper off here in just a little bit, but this will take us no time at all to get our 43 prayer. So I will see you in just a second. Alright, so we were a little short. I don't know what happened with the calculations, so I did go and kill 5 blue dragons to get some regular dragon bones. Sorry, 6 blue dragons. We have now achieved... Dang it, I missed the pop-up, but we have achieved level 43 prayer, meaning we can finally activate Protect from Melee. That is insane. This is going to make the rest of the early game an absolute breeze. So originally I was going to get the bones to get level 45 prayer to unlock both Mystic Might and Hawkeye, because those are basically your only mage and range buffs until the Royal Titan's Prayers. But then I realized once I complete the Holy Grail quest, which I will be doing soon, that I will get those levels automatically. So anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. It was absolutely massive. We got 48 magic, 43 prayer, 30 crafting. We did a bunch of quests. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but I did do Gertrude's Cat. And I didn't realize until just a little bit ago that I could have been growing this kitten all along for some free death runes. But no worries, we will do that now and start stacking up the death runes. But anyways, this was episode 2. A lot of progress has been made. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. See y'all then.